All right, let's dive in. Today, we're not just talking about another workout routine or some new diet fad. No, we're going to break down what an entire day of discipline actually looks like to get to the heart of the philosophy, the thinking that builds real, lasting strength. So let's get into it. So it really all boils down to this one powerful idea: strength. It isn't about one single heroic effort, right? It's forged day in and day out in the quiet repetition of small actions. And honestly, that's the bedrock of everything we're going to talk about.
And that brings us to this, day 42. I mean, this obviously isn't day one. We're jumping into a journey that's already well underway. This isn't some New Year's resolution just starting out. And that's so important because this is where the real change happens, deep in the middle of it all.
So where does a day like this even start? Well, that brings us to our first section, the foundation. It's all about setting the intention for the day. Because honestly, those first few choices you make in the morning, they pretty much set the stage for everything else. And it starts with something so simple, but really powerful. The first move of the day is just water. Yep, before you even think about grabbing your phone, before the coffee, the very first thing is to hydrate. It's like this non-negotiable signal you send to your body and your brain that, okay, the day has started, and it's starting with purpose. And this right here, this is the whole mindset in just 3 words: discipline before comfort. Think about it. It's a choice you make in those first few seconds after you wake up. Are you going to prioritize the long-term goal, or are you going to go for that immediate comfort of hitting the snooze button? That one little choice, right then and there, it really does set the tone for the whole day. Okay, so you've set your intention. Now what? Well, it's time for the work. And that brings us to section 2, which is all about the 3 pillars of movement. This is so important because it reminds us that exercise isn't just about, mindlessly throwing weights around. It's about moving with intelligence. So the workout itself is built on 3 super simple but crucial principles: controlled movement, strong posture, and focused breathing. Now, don't think of this as just a list of exercises. It's more like a formula for how you do every single rep of whatever you're doing. It's what turns mindless motion into a really mindful practice. But why these 3 things specifically? Well, think about it. The controlled movement, that's what makes sure your muscles are actually doing the work, not just momentum. The strong posture, that's your foundation, right? It keeps you safe and makes everything you do more effective. And the breathing? The breathing is the secret sauce. It's the link that connects your brain to your muscles, turning a physical thing into something almost meditative. All right, you've done the work. Now it's time to fuel up. And that leads us to section 3, eating with purpose. And in this whole philosophy, food is never just food. It's not random. Every single thing you eat has a very specific job. The rule for nutrition, especially right after a workout, is super simple. Protein first. See, this isn't just about getting full. It's strategic. You're giving your body the exact building blocks it needs to repair itself, to recover, and ultimately to get stronger. And this gets right to the psychology of it all. You're basically faced with 2 mindsets when it comes to snacking, right? On one side, you've got goal-oriented fueling. It's intentional, it supports your progress. On the other, you have emotional impulses. That's all reactive, it's just looking for comfort. The core idea here is to eat to support that stronger version of yourself, not just to deal with how you're feeling in the moment. And making that choice, that's a huge act of discipline. And this balanced plate for lunch, it's like the entire day's philosophy in miniature form. Every single part of it has a job to do. Carbs are there for energy, to fuel the machine. Protein is there for strength, to rebuild and repair. And the veggies, they're for recovery, supporting the whole system. So it's not about cutting things out, it's about knowing why everything is there. Nothing on this plate is an accident. It's all part of the plan. But look, the discipline doesn't just stop once the main workout and meals are done. And that brings us to section 4, the follow-through. This is all about how you carry that same intention through the rest of your day, into your recovery, and how you wind down in the evening. Just 10 minutes. That's it. It might not sound like a lot, but a short walk right after lunch, it's like a masterclass in active recovery. It helps with digestion, it gets the blood flowing, and it's a great way to fight off that afternoon slump. We're talking about a tiny investment of time for a huge return on your energy levels. And this philosophy, it really does go into every single detail, even a little evening snack. The rules are exactly the same. It's got to be light so it doesn't mess with your sleep. It has to be controlled so it fits the plan, and it has to be intentional. It's a conscious choice, not just mindless grazing in front of the TV. Now, this is a really interesting way to think about dinner. The goal isn't just to refuel from the day you just had. The main goal is to respect tomorrow's workout.
It's a completely forward-looking mindset. What you eat tonight is all about setting your future self up for success. It directly connects today's choices to tomorrow's performance. So, we've walked through all these individual actions from morning till night. Now, in this final section, let's tie it all together. Let's close the loop and really understand the big picture philosophy here. And here's the key takeaway. The day isn't just a list of separate things you do. It's a complete cycle, a loop, where everything feeds into the next thing. Your morning intention fuels your workout. That workout makes you need purposeful nutrition. That nutrition helps you recover, which makes it possible to wake up with intention the next day. You see? Each step builds on the last, and it creates this amazing, unstoppable momentum. And really, if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. Consistency beats perfection every single time. It's not about having the absolute perfect workout or the perfect meal. The real win, the victory, is just in completing the day. It's about showing up and following through again and again and again. Which, of course, brings us to the final and maybe the most important question of all, a question for you. This whole philosophy isn't about some grand, sweeping change you make overnight. It's built on small things you can repeat. So, thinking about your day tomorrow, what is the one consistent, intentional action you are going to take?
Thanks for watching. Every repetition counts. Every day matters. Stay consistent. See you in the next video.